down by the Daggerheart. Welcome to the Pocket Dimension Live, everybody. Daggerheart Day has come and gone, and now we must speak of it. Wow.
What?
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pocket Dimension Live. Today is
Pocket Dimension Delight.
Pocket Dimension Delight. Today's going to be
afternoon delight.
Well, Daggerheart Delight. It will be chaotic as every Friday is, but rest assured, I have a lid on my coffee today. So,
Thank God.
Nice.
What are you doing not drinking iced coffee? Can we just talk about that? What happened? Are you okay?
Yo,
Is this a pod person?
It got down back into the 40s this week in New York, so I went back to the hot coffee. I'll go back to ice once we get above 60 degrees again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't
Wow.
worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a low tolerance for heat.
No. Do what?
You have a low heat tolerance.
I have a low tolerance for any temperature above like 74 and below like 58. Anyways, we don't have to talk about my thermoregulation. We're here to talk Daggerheart. And for those who don't know, I'm Fitz. Who's that?
And I'm Matt. Guess what? I'm Matt.
And I'm Allison, and I drink iced coffee year-round, baby.
I'm Evan, and I only drink iced coffee like once in a blue moon because it could be 100 degrees outside and you can give me that hot coffee from the deep south. Yo!
I think we found Evan's serial killer towel. Actually, no, that's not fair because I will drink iced coffee in a blizzard. So, like, I guess I can't judge you for drinking hot coffee in 100-degree weather. I immediately take that back. I'm so sorry. Who do we have?
Who do we have? We have a lot.
Great
And by the way,
people.
Jack's just gifted some memberships. Donovan
Jax.
just became a member. We love this. So
White Fox got my back.
White Fox got your
Bang,
back.
bang.
Fire Drake is here. Digital
Hell
Twisted is
yes.
here. Jax is here. Donovan, Javelin, aka Austin, White Fox.
I drink hot aioli on a cold winter
You
night.
just triggered our entire Discord.
Daniel, oh no. Daniel
You're
Gray said
welcome.
this chat is moving faster than normal, and I agree. And I love
Yeah.
it. Keep it up. Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I saw Pipistrel is here.
Nice.
PA is here. So many of our friends. Rabbit
Dr.
is
Katz.
here. Dr. Katz. Dr. Bryce Katz just came from Rachel's VOD from Geek. Yes, that was a good stream. I started watching that this morning myself. Rachel from Faint Divinities, who we were lucky enough to have here with us last week. We love very much.
Oh, man.
So sassy.
Will Foy. Hey, Will Foy.
Will Foy is
Also
here.
sassy.
What's that?
Also sassy.
I've been sleeping with this and snuggling with it. It's my new security blanket. I've been carrying it room to room in my house. I'm so happy it's here. My life is now fulfilled now that I can
I have it on
hold-
every computer, every surface of my,
I love you too. I'm now feeling self-conscious. Daniel Grace pointed out that my social handle is confusing.
No, it's not.
Apparently,
Why?
apparently it's Erlofana.
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 You're
Earl
Erlofana.
of Fan. Oh,
I think no matter how you spin it, it's great.
Thank you.
makes sense to me. I mean, at least you chose something unlike Evan Bivens, which is just like an invitation to get doxxed, right?
Same.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, Evan, and I are all just waiting.
Look, I don't. My name got stolen by some book character, so I've never been able to get my name as any username ever. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
thank you, Amy, for the
pocket
change. You know what though?
Changes.
Changes. I think people
You're the
here
best.
though are ready for us to just talk Decker. I think we just need to dive in.
Yeah, I'm
you know
ready.
what? Let's go for it.
I
We're
do
here.
too. I made
Yeah,
notes.
do it.
I have some notes.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
you can just treat me as your uncarved block because I'm the only one who doesn't have a set.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're our audience.
That's okay. And
Yeah,
you're
well,
feeling a
fire
You're the
little.
voice of our audience.
Yeah, you can.
You're a
have
little
questions
feeling
for us.
under weather a bit too, brother. Correct?
It's
So-
true, but it was
Yeah.
worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
I
Getting
hugged
sick
an
sometimes is
alpaca.
worth it.
He spit in my mouth. I saw Sting. He was amazing at Red Rocks.
Big week for
awesome.
Lil Evan.
I know.
Wow.
And
Big
and-
week.
yeah, and the same day that Daggerheart launched, all of that in one day.
Wow.
You know,
Man,
Wow.
May 20th was a magical day.
so lay it on me. Lay it on. me.
Okay. There's a lot to lay, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
now,
Sorry.
what? What happened? What did I miss?
Laura
Nothing.
Baileying, Allisoning.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Start
Yeah. there's a lot.
with
Please.
what excites me most, because unfortunately I did not have enough time to do my normal thing this week, which is to read the entire book and consume it and to figure out what's changed and what's new. So I don't know what the minutia that maybe the two of you have gotten into.
Oh, I know. Did we switch places this week? I did have that
think we
thought
did.
of like, holy wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not usually the rule book reader, but this was my
That was your
this was my
nightly
reading
reading.
this week.
That was your,
So I want to go ahead and claim the thing I want to talk about before one of you guys takes it, and then I have no talking points,
go. Oh, that's
which
awesome.
is The Void.
Yes.
Have you
Love
seen
The
this?
Void.
Have you heard about this?
Yes,
No.
so good.
Dear Evan, The Void.
Pray tell.
Welcome
tell.
to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Get in the
I am
void with
quite
us.
excited because
It's
I have
daggerheart.com/the void.
The Void slash.
Just go ahead.
And it's like their
Wait.
unearthed arcana. It's their playtest material.
Okay.
And you guys, the one thing that I have been sort of sad about, but not expressing, but also feeling like, it's okay, just let it go. Daggerheart brings you other things, was the fact that there was no monk. And guess what? Now we might be having ourselves a monk.
We might
and
be
I
having
am
a
A
quite
little taste of a monk.
So
Is
the
it
void
like a
launched-
monk in the Marshall sense, or is it a monk in the TBS series detective sense?
No,
Well,
more in the
there's
Marshall
not
sense.
one yet.
Yeah.
So the void launched with 2 classes, each with 2 subclasses.
Yes.
A fighter and the warlock.
Yes.
But we all
Right,
think
so-
because of this, we will get.
Right.
I mean, you gotta have a monk. Got to,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta open up a can of whoop ass.
gotta
Yep.
open up a can of
Yeah.
whoop ass. And
And there's a new domain.
there's a new domain.
And
It's
a
the
new
Dread domain for the Warlock. But before we move on, one of the things that I noticed about the fighter, I shouldn't be calling it a monk because that's incorrect. The fighter class is it takes something. It does something very similar to DC-20 that I liked about the DC-20 monk, which is
Okay.
the stances.
Yes. Love those stances so much.
You love that turtle stance.
I love the
Is that what it was
turtles.
called?
You do
There was
love
like a
that.
turtle one and
It was
like
like-
a turtle and gazelle. I liked having the yin and the yang of the turtle and the
Yes.
gazelle from DC-20. And now with so like I want to play test this fight with
Okay.
all these stances
Bet.
because it feels so cool. And
How
hopefully
they-
it won't be underpowered like in 5e.
And they build it on the Daggerheart launch day stream as basically like the warrior is your kind of weapons
Yeah.
specialist, if you will, the wielder of the martial classes, while the fighter will be more, to Fitz's point, the hand-to-hand, a little monkey. Somebody even said like Simia is just itching to be a
Simian.
monk class, so we could have a monkey.
Oh man, a monk with a prehensile tail? Get out of here.
Yeah. Yes, Rabbit. I also took a look at the Warlock, and the Warlock looks a little bit wobbly to me as well.
wobbly.
There's a
Okay.
lot of
Oh,
like tracky.
what?
Well,
Go deeper.
I mean, seriously, I
void.
only just sort of like did an overview of it. I didn't think deeply on it, so I'm sorry. Comment section
Make
is
it
gonna
up.
rip me
Just
apart.
do like Chat
part.
GPT. Just make it up.
That's right. I'm just gonna make up. Here's an opinion, and it's who knows if it's
Just
right or wrong.
hallucinate.
Yeah, we're all just hallucinating here. We're gonna
This
be
is gonna
doing
be-
since 2016 anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
This is going to be my first experience.
A little monkey
Just
monkey.
a little monkey.
It has some like tracky stuff when it comes to your patron. Like you choose 2 boons was what I thought I understood about that, which I mean, that's going to have to be a whole conversation with your DM, but I'm trusting in the boon thing in the way that I trust in the experiences thing, that it'll just work out. But the way that you like track favors and frankly, there was one subclass. It was the one that was on the top of the sheet. I forgot what it was called, but as I was reading, I was like, oh, Evan would hate this because it's basically all about like how to not die. It's like one of the Warlock subclasses. It's like you're never gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man, if there's no threat, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm dying here.
I'm dying here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I the stuff with the favor, I think needs some.
Yeah,
needs
fever
some
for a favor.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
one of our
Our
favorite GMs, Austin, who, if you're watching our Queen's Light Daggerheart actual play, says the favor mechanic from the Warlock needs some work. But that's what's like exciting about
That's
this
the
is
cool
the fact
part.
that this is going to continue to be a community game. It's not just for us; it's with us, and we're going to hold hands and give. Just blazingly bad feedback and amazingly good feedback and all points in between.
Amazingly bad feedback.
Useless feedback.
I mean, here's the thing, though. I want to say that as we like wrap up. Oh, Matt has his hand up. I'm so sorry.
Just related. I feel like what's so great about the Void and the way that to me it stands out from Unearthed Arcana of many years past is that it is a tool for the 21st century, right? Yes, you can download a PDF. Yes, you can do. But what was so great about the play test, the beta, all the way into Demiplane and the way that Demiplane built their beta Daggerheart thing was the feedback, was the ease of feedback, right? Like it's not downloading one thing, reading it, going to a different website, putting in your feedback. And you can tell that not only did they read it, they didn't pander. They read it, they digested it, certain things changed. It was very adult and very cool. So I'm
out then if it's adult.
Bye. No, I'm going to bounce off of that and also what Austin just said, which is what I liked most about them launching the Void this week as well. And some of the other things like the custom card creator, etc., is that it's not even necessarily the content that's up. Like we just dove in a little bit about how like this needs work and blah 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 blah. But what I like about it is that it is them saying, "We see you as players. We're players too, and we're giving you what we would want."
Yeah.
This conversation doesn't stop here. Just because the game launched today doesn't mean that we're not going to continue to grow this game and make it with you over time. And we want to hear how you're playing this game and what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And we're going to continue to grow together. What is it your therapist says, Evan? Here we grow.
Here we grow again.
Damn straight.
That's right. So I feel like May 20th was just Darrington being like, here is where we start.
We grow. And did I bring this up on last week's? There was a lot of there was some shade being bandied about at Darrington and the way that they were handling the launch, and people didn't feel like they were making enough of a splash going into this. There wasn't enough of like a build up because we're all used to like the 24-hour news cycle and the way that movies do, where it's like we have this months leading up to it, so we have this big splash. And Spencer Stark gave this gorgeous smackdown of that, I thought, sometime in the last few, which was May 20th is the starting line, y'all, not the finish line. And I think we're all so used to, we get to launch and it's like, all right, we're done. And this was Darrington's like drawing that line in the sand and saying, the game comes out and then the fun begins. We had a great time in beta. We built this around a phenomenal community, and we're going to keep that going because it was really satisfying and fulfilling for all of us. And I freaking love the spirit of that.
Yeah.
And especially after the way that certain other companies seem to treat their customer base, it's so nice for once to have a company who's also, I mean, they're pretty big too, but not as big as others. I would say they're like a medium-sized company, and even so, they're like, they put the customer first. And they actually like give a shit about you playing the game.
What
God
is that
forbid.
madness you speak of?
Oh,
But like we can
Doug.
feel it too, right? Like
yeah, yeah.
even the way that the box was made, like everything, their attention to detail and
Yeah. It's almost
it's
like this.
almost like they
By
have
nerds
empathy
for
for
nerds.
Oh my.
By nerds for nerds.
I think every game developer that is trying to get into this world could take a page from how Darrington did this. I really do. Like, and that is also a plea to Alan, the dungeon coach, and Matthew, MCDM. I want to see this same kind of thing because I don't think this is like an outlier. I think this is the way it has to be. I think this is a direct part of the OGL drama. You know, I think this is. They were absolutely darn tootin' not going to put themselves into a position to allow something like that to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I love it. I think I'm impressed by the book. I was impressed by the beta. I'm impressed by the packaging and all that. But I think maybe even more than anything, I'm impressed by the amount of care and questioning and desire to keep this game growing.
I think I have a new tagline for Darrington.
Okay.
Darrington Press. Classy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's a great tagline.
We will.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We'll run it by them. Yeah.
Darcy,
we'll
are you
run it by
Send it
listening?
along to Darcy.
them.
Yeah, we'll just write up a pitch. I have a question.
Yes.
Brother, since you talked about the book, and this just popped into my mind, some criticism that I would see about, say, like 5e 2024, specifically, and some things that, I mean, this is not necessarily a fair comparison, but in early iterations of DC20, this was also kind of true, but we'll stick to 2024. People said that it was very hard to find information, that they didn't feel like it was organized well, even though WotC was saying that it was way better organized than before. I don't know. Don't have that game either. How does it feel to you? I know you're not like fully into it, but does it feel like, or AK, or any of you, does it feel like, oh yeah, I can get around this book and find what I need quickly and easily, and everything feels
So super. Yeah. So
like the user experience is good?
yeah. With the pre-order of the physical book, you also got a PDF download. And then, of course, it's also available through tools like Demiplane. Another shout out to frickin' Demiplane, because that has made, as the four of us, if this is your first time, welcome to the Pocket Dimension. We live in 4 different cities. So our only experience playing this and other games together is primarily virtual. And Demiplane just made the whole character build so just amazing. So you can also get the materials there. Between that, but even this, like even picking up the book and thumbing through it, first of all, it follows what I was already used to with the beta. I mean, we've had a year to sit with most of this. And I will say that the changes between the beta and the final release, they're small in number, big in impact. The things that they changed, they're big, gorgeous glow ups. Yep. The tabbing on the sides that follow along with the colors, for example, I'm going the wrong way. So you can kind of see that on the edges. There was nothing, as Matt and I did a video this week about our 6 favorite changes that'll be out next week. Shout out to Digital Twisted, who's editing that for us right now. And
get back to work.
In putting that together to directly answer the question, it was so easy to find exactly what I needed in both the digital and the physical copy within seconds.
Nice.
I
love it.
Could not have gotten to that information more quickly. And I think it's because of the both familiarity that we all had with it over the year of the playtest, but then the materials coming, and there was no big change. It's not like they just threw us some major curveball and now suddenly I'm looking at a completely different document. So A++ for me. How about you, Maddie?
Yeah, same. I mean, I will give credit to D&D 2025 for 5.5. It is a beautiful player's handbook. It is a major uplift of, especially the information, especially the end of book glossary. And I haven't seen that as rules clear, but again, it's a game that doesn't I still call it rules medium.
Yeah.
And
I'm okay with
I don't think there are like there's a need for blip 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 that many mechanics to have to juggle. But yes, I checked the tabs and I was like, oh, that's so clever. Wait a minute, does this
What was it
regular
that
version
Rachel
have
called
it
it?
too?
Crispy? It's not crunchy.
Crispy, not crunchy. Crispy.
It's not crispy, it's not crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem jumping around the book for sure.
Nice.
Can we talk about
And can we talk about? Sorry, I was just gonna say.
to talk about.
I know, but can I say again a knock and a knock to one company and a plus to another one? It is 2025. PDFs are the way so many people read your stuff. I'm not knocking these gorgeous books. I'm saying you cannot get a PDF unless you steal it of
Who's not
5e.
doing a PDF? You can't. Oh, there's no PDF.
Dungeons
of
and
5e?
Dragons.
What?
Yes.
It's only
Never.
available on D&D Beyond or
Never. Yes. Or a lot of other services, but
well,
you
that's
have
the
to
thing
buy it
because
and buy it and buy
they
it
want you
and
to
buy
buy
it
the
and buy
book
it.
or they
Yeah.
want you to get it on
Yep.
D&D Beyond.
Exactly.
Right. You end up double paying.
That just
And that's
that
wrong.
just
You should, if you buy the
feels
physical book,
dumb.
you should get the digital
Yep.
book.
Yep.
Just,
Yep.
trust
Like shout
your
out
people.
to we met the GUI folks at GaryCon and bought a ton of their materials, and so all of the physical books that we bought for GUI came with just a QR code to go online and grab
I know.
all the downloads. And now it's in a we have an account, so if I lose it, because I'm going to lose it because it's me, I can just go get it again.
Yeah.
It's so in 2025 you were so right, Matt. It is so easy to do things that actually again serve the community, serve the people that are going to put their paws on your product.
Well,
I have spent so much
doesn't
money
care about the
already.
community.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I
I'll
wish
spend
that Jax
more.
also had an opinion about this, but sadly she does not. The double pay. Yeah.
Jack did.
I will say I am a little afraid. I kind of wish that the Daggerheart came with a QR code like you're saying for GUI Cube, because I did have the thought as I was downloading my PDF, because I know you get 5. I was like, I'm gonna lose this link.
Yeah. I had the same thought, Feds.
Don't
We'll
you
work
worry.
together.
Uh-huh.
Can we
We'll work together.
can we talk about my favorite upgrade now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was already a question about it in the chat.
Yeah.
It's arguably, I mean, there's a couple of big things that made me go, whoa, cool. But my favorite one, and I think the one that we almost knew was coming, but I'm excited to see it in motion, is the changes to armor. The armor score is now officially gone. You still have an armor score technically, but all that means now is the number of slots that you get. So if your armor score is 3, that means you're going to have 3 armor slots until you repair your armor. And all it does, you can only spend 1 per attack. So there's no more like I go from severe to negate completely. So you spend 1 armor slot, severe would go down to major, major down to minor, and minor you could negate the attack. With the exception, of course, of a couple of classes, like Guardian is going to have some abilities to knock down more than 1 level of damage with armor.
Right.
But all of that mathing that we were trying to do in the beta is now, so no more, damage calculator. It's seamless. That's severe damage. I'm going to spend 1 armor slot. I marked 2 hit points for major. Done. Sexy. I love it. I can't wait. Yes.
I have a question. It's kind of a devil's advocate question, and it may be perceived as shade, but not my intention.
Mm-hmm.
But a sincere question nonetheless. With armor, like there's a part of the armor versus hit points system in Daggerheart that is almost a little bit more flavory than like. As opposed to, let's say, D&D, where like in D&D you have a number, and when you get to the end of that number, that's it, right? And you can just say that's either they hit you or they hit your armor or whatever, and that's not necessarily a part of your long rest or your short rest, repairing that. But in Daggerheart, is there a greater advantage to doing it this way other than just flavor? Like, is it really better than having one number that you're whittling down?
Yes.
I'll tell you why I like it. Go ahead, AK. I mean, number one, I have always loved games that do not make characters a bag of hit points, but instead have these thresholds. I love I loved DC 20 when, I think it tends to be a new kind of concept.
Yep.
Even Cypher System has ways to speak to the kinds of damage you are dealt. And so for the an armor class, kind of lumping armor class and your natural ability to dodge things and your ability to be nimble isn't armor. And I love how this is like armor. It's talking about something that you will wear, something you put on, something that you or a ring or some sort of protection. So you can keep them separated. And I just think I love that. I just love it.
Our good friend Disastrous Goth. So instead of a bag of hit points, you become a bag of injuries.
Especially if you just keep taking scars instead of going down.
And we have so many new friends. Hello to everybody who's joined us. Runehammer, Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Love that.
Oh, yes.
So everything that Matt said, everything you even said in your question, Evan, about just like the choice for like, so the way that a rogue is going to take damage is going to differ from the way that a druid takes damage. And so I like that. But to Matt's point of when you're not just a stat block, just a stack of hit points, the swinginess of it matters, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we're not looking at these, I have 127 hit points, but rather I've got 8. And so like, and that carries also back to the adversaries because the system is balanced between what the GM is getting up to and what you as the players are getting up to. So when I, as a GM, you're trying to take away my 8 hit points before I'm trying to take away your 8 hit points, and we each have tricks in our bag, like that matters. So you hit me with a severe hit because you tag teamed with Fitz's character and y'all piled your pool together. That's just going to feel better in the moment, role-playing wise, than just like, I hit you. That's 60 hit points. Next player to me. Like it just, it becomes this dance, this story, and not this robotic, like, take it.
I also think it allows you to build, you could have a party of warlocks and every one of them be unique. It helps with that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
Good-
I will
good
say
answers.
there's nothing I hate more than when you're stuck in a combat and you can tell that you're just fighting against a pile of hit points that don't
Numbers.
actually matter. It feels bad. Feels bad.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I will say in story on our friend Bladebound Saga's channel, we did an actual play with myself, Seth of All Trades, and Rachel of the Faint Divinities. And my character got hit all the way down. And the way that it worked between like the last remaining armor slot I had and the last remaining hit point I had, it felt, I'm telling you as a player, a lot of Daggerheart for me is like play it and see. Because it sounds weird to just sit here and talk about it.
It's true.
Startplaying.games has like a big push throughout the next month so that if you haven't had the chance to play yet, you can. Our good friends AJ and Daniel from Bladebound Saga, among many others, are running games throughout the next month.
Rachel's on there, right?
I don't know if she's on Startplaying.games.
Okay.
She may not. I don't know. But no matter, all of the people who are on their running games, you're going to have fun with. So if you're watching this and you haven't played yet, we have a Patreon. We're going to be running Daggerheart games for at least the months of June, July, and August as our patron one-shots, probably beyond that. Play the damn game. Play it.
Make a decision.
Make a decision. Because every single thing that I questioned, like, oh my God, an initiative-less system is never going to work. Oh my God, experiences sound so dumb. Oh my God, these armor changes.
Cards.
Play it.
Man, we really ate our words on the whole initiative and experiences thing.
We really did.
And I love it.
And I love it. We will say when we are wrong. We were wrong about Tales of the Valiant.
Yep.
And we were wrong about initiative-less system and experiences in Daggerheart. And I'll
Experiences are
scream
definitely
that.
my favorite part, man.
Play it, ya ding dong.
Play it, you ding dong.
Ding dong.
I must have summoned Seth by just mentioning him.
Yes.
So armor is my like, and apparently like according to a lot of the Darrington streams, Spencer had this like eureka moment with it late in the playtest. By George, I've got it. And I could Spencer with his crazy hair and his mad scientist vibe. I can just see him like
Crazy
smoke coming
hair.
out of his ears.
Very
By
handsome
George,
hair.
I'm sure he says by George. I'm sure that's part of his. Let's
By Jimbo.
Bye, Jimbo.
That's
my
that
favorite.
is, I love that favorite, and I've got kind of a segue into my list of things. I have, other criticisms of the game itself. Again, probably not from me, that I'm seeing online.
Okay, gotcha.
Currently. Again, I think it's from people who haven't actually played it. Though
That part.
that is, I mean, you're allowed to not play it. You're allowed to glean what you can from books and stuff, or watch people play, like our various actual plays. But one of my favorites, Dave Thomavor. I love Dave Thomavor. He is a reviewer of games, and he's giving away his set. And he's very honest that it's his opinion, but I've seen his opinion shared by a lot of people, and I just want to say that I don't necessarily agree, because his biggest sticking point with Daggerheart is the actual lore. It's the setting.
Sure.
And I guess what that really means to him is this is yet another fantasy tabletop role-playing game, high fantasy. In the book immediately, right? Like you open it up and your characters are going to be the elves and the dwarves and the other things. And I think that that's absolutely okay, because
back up a
yeah.
second and
Okay.
talk more about what the beef is with that.
Because
it
I'm
doesn't seem like
immediately
they're
having
making
a
any-
visceral like reaction to that of like, that's an invalid argument.
I know,
Right.
and
Like,
again, yeah. He says that
They're
it's
wearing
his
it on their sleeve.
Yeah, he says he's wearing it on his sleeve. That's just not
Daggerheart
what...
is wearing the fact that it's high fantasy.
Oh.
Like they're not making any.
Absolutely.
But like even the setting in the book, they say like this is just a basic one, use it or don't. Like that's fine. Number
Right.
one. Number two, they have the
They
campaign
give you
frames.
campaign frames. I
Like,
know.
I reject.
Yeah.
We've been playing in like a Hollow Knight version of Daggerheart. Like I just reject that. And like,
Yeah.
the bugs are reskinned. We're
bugs are
playing
reskinned.
custom lineages, or we've renamed and like created art to make ladybugs out of halflings. Like at its
Yeah.
core, I reject that argument.
I reject it
It's coming
too,
for you.
and
Nothing but
and I
respect
really
for fellow creators in the space, but we
Yes,
reject
you guys
I
are wonderful
genuinely-
butterflies, but think
Yeah.
outside the
Love
box.
you, bud.
I've bought so many games because of Dave Thomavor. I love, he is super intelligent. But I do think that point is being missed. The campaign framed concept, which again is so people who play these games. Another slight knock that he had was it felt like a grab bag of already existing mechanics. And my point to that, of course, is that
Yeah.
because the head designer actually has built many of those games with those mechanics. And why would he not put them into this game, which was
Of what
obviously...
works.
Yeah.
Number one, he knows it works. Number two, he knows that this is going to be the most high-profile thing of his career. And it is, of course, already, right? In this first week, we know. For Spencer, it is. And so he's going to want to get that right. I don't see it as a grab bag of things that work. I see it as an evolution of the fantasy role-playing game. I see it as a proper evolution. As we've mentioned many, many times, D&D is not able to be this flexible because it's got 50 years of people that want it to stay. It's like Microsoft Windows, right? You can't. They need to hold on to things.
Damn.
I mean,
Internet
look,
Explorer.
Shots fired.
am I wrong? Am I wrong? I feel like
No, you're not wrong.
like if they're far more fragile because they are the Kleenex again of TTRPGs. And
Yeah,
so
we're using puffs, man, right?
Matt and I literally
said that.
I
literally said that.
That D&D is
Yes.
Kleenex and we choose Puffs and Puffs is Daggerheart.
I want it to be puffs.
Puff, puff, pass.
I want it to be puffs. I really do, because I think without the history, it has the chance to really take the things we know. No, it's not that different from D&D. Combat is fairly different. But when you're talking about it, you're talking about a role-playing game where you play an elf and a fighter and a...
Yeah.
I mean, what... I think, again, people are going to gravitate to the ones that speak to them. And I just want more options. And I think that this game was made for the four of us. And, but all of that being said, we talked about campaign frames. One thing that is built in, it's not like we're going to give you a setting. We're giving you options of settings. We're giving you concepts of settings, and now you go out and make your own, as our friend Austin did, right? But then this homebrew character card creator, that's the thing on Tuesday that absolutely blew my mind. Yeah. And I couldn't have had more respect for this company. Yeah. But then they released this thing, and we're not shills. We're not. Okay,
Hey,
we
look,
have been paid.
look.
We have been paid by Critical Role just a couple $100 just for being
we're
a
happy
ad.
to.
But
I will happily,
we're happy to be.
for free,
happy.
I will happily shill Darrington Press and Demiplane.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I will shill
at
for
us.
them, and I will be above the table when I say that.
But we will
Come on,
also
gentlemen.
happily accept your
we will
money
also,
too.
yes, you do have PayPal. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll
No.
we'll send you our Venmo.
But we are not currently. These are our opinions.
Right.
We have
These are our
formed
opinions.
on our own.
And I cannot believe they did this. If anybody has ever gone to D&D Beyond, bless their hearts. Thank you for giving people an option to create homebrew that you could then share.
Yeah.
But it is so brutally difficult for me. I don't.
Tell
it
me
is
more about
not-
this card creator.
It is
Let's
okay.
clarify one
well,
comment. It's not out yet.
It's not
it will
out
be
yet.
out June 6th.
Right.
So there was I see some chatter in the comments. They announced it on Tuesday as coming,
Right.
but decided to not try and do so many online things that we would crash all systems. By the way, I learned some lore of the Critical Role group this week. Critterhug is what they say, because I had to ask because they kept saying it on the stream. Back in the early days when Critical Role was just getting started, they would send people to like support a charity or like to go to a website to buy a thing. And because critters are so passionate, they would all flood and they would crash websites. And so they gave that the name Critterhug. And so that already happened with the Void this week.
Nice.
When they were announcing it on the stream, and then everybody went to the Void and started trying to download the new classes and subclasses, and the buttons weren't working. So there was a thank you from Travis on the stream of like, thank you for not also launching a second piece of technology on launch day. Our hands are full. So June 6th on that for anybody curious. So we can just.
But what it's going to do, brother, it's going to give you these cards, and here is, I mean, and this is such a tricky, brilliant way to allow people to live in this card system. Yeah. We have now, physical cards, which are gorgeous, but Demiplane has always had the digital versions. This will be a digital version, though you can have them print out at 300 DPI. So take them to Kinko's and get them printed. You can take all
Kinko's?
the existing...
Kinko's?
Huh? Kinko's.
So do you mean Kinko's?
Kinko's. You can take all of the existing cards as templates and change every aspect of what they are. The wording, the
Colors,
artwork,
the images,
the names, the colors, and so you can build your own chunks of homebrew, which would apply to the ancestries and the classes and the spells
and communities.
And the communities, all of these things. You build your own if you want. Therefore, my stress about the serif will be very easily undone as I just rename the card.
Just copy paste and rename the card.
Exactly.
And
we'll give it a better name.
Sheriff. That's not bad. But
Should we play a game
here's
in the
what's
She's
so
the Sheriff
amazing.
universe?
Like, I've never thought about playing a game with cards. I do want to learn Magic. Yes, I'll get with Will and
It's hard.
we'll learn Magic.
So hard.
But
oh my god, it's hard.
they're obviously trying to speak to that group too on a much smaller level. Like, collect these, but then build these. And I think it's so smart that they are giving you an actual reason to think of your traits and features in cards. I just think that's so smart because it is, again, 2025. You go to a website. Evan and I and Allison build cards on websites. That's what you call them. I mean, little chunks of content that you can share and trade and move and adjust. And it's just so freaking smart. It's just so smart. So I can't wait to see what it's like. I've never heard of this pixel
table
table. I've never heard of it.
Is the engine powering it?
So I hope it's cool. But if out of the gate they worked with the folks at Demiplane, I have no fear. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Rowan had kind of issued not really a challenge, but I loved what she had to say about it on the launch stream about, like, now you too, community, will understand what we have spent the last year doing, fitting everything onto one card, because that's a big part of the game.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so streamlined, is that every single word is so well thought out. Nothing is thrown together and, happenstance. So, like, go homebrew, it still has to fit here. Like, you can't have this wall of text that has your players, and stuff like that in game. Somebody brought this up in Bladebound's Discord this week about adversaries. I am very curious about where we're going to go, because I do GM this a lot, and I do tend to build my own adversaries, kind of resetting some of the bases. I'm very curious if there's going to be like an adversary, or if we can just use the card templates to also build quick grab adversary cards that have their stress, their HP, their difficulty, and all of those different things on it that could even level with, with your tiers. So I can take an adversary from tier 1 to tier 4 easily, making some adjustments on the fly.
So here's an example of how great this is going to be. Again, in our game with Austin, called Queen's Light. You can find it on YouTube. He has gone in his campaign frame, has done all the work sort of on, just in a Word document. He, when we asked, like, his ancestries are all Fey insect based, right? But my actual character, because in the beta I had to choose halfling, because that was the ancestry that I could pick, right?
Yeah, the closest.
But he's going to
proxy.
It was a proxy. It was approximate. But now he's going to be able to go in and just copy paste the halfling, rename it to Ladybug, and it will work exactly the same. But then there won't be that incongruity that you see halfling, but that it's Ladybug, and that's just gonna be so.
And is this
we can upload our own art?
So is this a paid feature, or is this a just?
I don't know yet.
Thing?
But I will absolutely pay for it if.
Yeah, I mean it's there's a lot of value there. So
there is.
They did not mention a cost associated.
They did.
I do not. I wondered the same thing, Evan. But I'll pay for it. Yeah, they've got my money.
Here's a half-baked follow-up question.
Yeah.
What, and I don't know if what you guys will think about this, but what, D&D and other games have, but D&D especially has things like the DM's Guild. There's Shadow Dark. There's all kinds of third-party content, Kobold Press, for sale, which Homebrew, people are writing adventures. What do you think that's going to look like in Daggerheart, especially when you have tools like this? Is there still do you think there's still like an appetite for, I watched this game called Queen's Light, I want to go and buy that campaign frame, And where does Darrington Press stand on things like that?
I think we already have an answer on that.
Yeah, because hasn't someone in our Discord, Rabbit?
Roll20. So Demiplane, Roll20, and Drive Through RPG are now all one company. Rabbit in our server has already put out 2 campaign frames, Dark Carnival and Swashbuckler Pirate Adventure on Drive Through RPG. I snagged them both this week. Put them up as pay what you want. So you could go there and you could say, I'm going to give you $0, which I personally do not recommend. Or you can name your, and it has a suggested price per download. And we've already been chatting a little bit with the Roll20 Demiplane Drive Through RPG team. Yeah. So I think it's, I won't say a Wild West because I think it's going to be a little bit more controlled than that. And the beautiful part about all this is the CGL and the SRD are already out there. We were actually talking about this before the stream. There's already a zip drive of Daggerheart compatible logos that they want you to use for as you're making these things. And, like there are rules of engagement, of course, even for things like our streams and our video content that we put together of how exactly we can use the material. And so the fact that they've already packaged all of that up for us and have said, go crazy. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can't do. If you do it, use this logo. Here's where to put it. Here's where to sell it. I think it's going to
tell you where you can put it.
It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bazaar.
Okay. It's a chess game that they've been playing for so long, and they're just winning so hard. Like everything is thought out. I even in the ways that they couldn't have predicted, like Roll20 buying everything, but like click. It's just great.
We have something. So we have published author Rabbit, who I see in the comments. We also have Disastrous Goth with some gorgeous Shadow Dark settings. And so we also have, I'm not sure if I've seen Alan Tucker here today, but we have several authors of these things for now Daggerheart as well as other settings in our Discord. Our Discord link is in the notes as well as we can also pop it into the chat. So if you're curious about these things and you ever thought hey, I want to know what it's like to write a setting and publish it and, do I go with Amazon or what do I do? I bet there's some people in our Discord who would be happy to have that chat with you about exactly what that's like. Rabbit put this up, I think, before yesterday, and it's currently sitting at 81 downloads. So
that's
congratulations.
amazing.
We're happy to celebrate that with you.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it. And we will be playing with Disastrous Goth in his Shadow Dark Soulblight setting on his very channel very soon. We love Daggerheart. We are not married to it. We are in an open relationship. Right. We are. It's consensual, I promise. And we love that.
I have I haven't even opened them because I keep wanting to do an unboxing of these Draw Steel dice, which are incredibly cool because they're D20 D10s. They're going to be awesome, period. But no, we are not monogamous, but we do have a deep love for this company and this game and
these things.
Of any of the players on the field, this one. I mean, I think we said this a long time ago, but this one feels like it's got the juice to really pull people away from WotC D&D.
Donovan.
Again, at least the puffs. If I would be so happy if it was the puffs. It would be the
Say the divorce.
That would be such an amazing thing.
Well, I don't even think we've divorced. I mean, we have an ongoing campaign with a certain tier of patrons, and I'm having the time of my life. Oops, I accidentally. I'm having the time of my life playing a ranger. Now, would I love to see that ranger transition to a ranger in Daggerheart? Yeah, but I'm having a good old time. But I'm going to prioritize it less and less and less.
How again, how amazing is it that we could go to the party that we were playing with and we gave them the option. Hey, do you want to play Dungeons and Dragons or do you want to play Daggerheart, which to be fair was still in beta? I don't know what their answer would be now that they know you could make anything that you want with the homebrew system, but that's their choice, and we are happy with it because the most important thing is to be playing the games. So you just have one more super solid, super well done option for your peeps.
Disaster's Goth is monogamous with Shadow Dark, and we also respect
That's fine.
that.
Yeah.
Which, you know what I
They're
respect?
not the same. And they're not the same.
Yeah.
No.
But
Yeah.
I do like Dagger Blight as a name, but I respect your decision.
Yeah, we're fully behind you. I cannot wait to play in the Shadow Dark system.
It's a cursed
in your
dagger.
setting because it's amazing.
Oh, the curse.
It's not that Shadow Dark can't approach the high fantasy kind of things that Daggerheart speaks to. And it's not that Daggerheart can't go dungeon diving. But one is absolutely designed better for one experience and one other. There's just
They
there's room
scratch
for
different
everybody.
itches, you know? They just
Really
scratch
do.
different itches.
Really do.
That's all.
Well, I
Itch.
challenge us to create a sci-fi campaign frame and homebrew all of that goodness because I'm still with Fitz. What you said earlier this year, which was high fantasy, high schmantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something else. And here comes Daggerheart. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But with all of those tools that they give you, and campaign frames and homebrew stuff, let's why not?
Yeah.
Right?
We could do like
Yeah.
Battlestar. So we need like a Battlestar campaign
Ooh.
frame.
Sure.
I'm telling y'all, if I had any creative energy and outside of Bud and Herb, I'd be working on a Last of Us campaign frame. Someone else do it for me, please. I will pay you dollars.
I mean, you
I'll
already
pay
got
you
the
a lot of
fungrels.
dollars. We got the fungrels.
Fungrels and humans. What else do you need?
I mean, they've
Still
already
some setting stuff.
It comes with Motherboard, which is it's a like
What comes with
technology-based magic. So it's a place called the Wastes. The pitch is, you've got ancient ruins of a fallen world, and it's like I would actually kind of bit more in the Numenera world where it's like civilization has crashed and we're in the future, but technology becomes magic.
Okay,
but that
these
is
are
in this
these are
book.
starter campaign frames.
This is a starter campaign frame, so it's a jumping off point that is
And they're
already
not
here.
We have to
just
send
like-
that to we got to send that to Jeff from Dadventurous. That sounds like although I think they're starting a new campaign, but it sounds like sort of what they were doing.
Yeah.
And
it's not just like a page.
One
It's
page.
a
So
lot.
here's where
I know.
Age of Umbra starts, and we have the best part is there are factions included and connection questions to use specific to this campaign frame.
There's maps.
I'm still going. I'm
It's huge.
So now that starts the next one, Motherboard, which has Maddie's name written all over it.
This is mine.
So
Okay.
and they're
This is
intended they
15,
can either-
20 pages.
Yeah, either be just you can run a one shot in this setting if you just need which again I think will be great for stuff like patron games and start playing, or you can run a full campaign, or I just need an arc where they go to this type of world if they're planar travelers, whatever it is, you can make it as big or as dialed in as you want to, and I freaking love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what?
then
I
I
like-
have no desires. They already did it.
Then they're done. It's already made. You know what I really
And
love
say no
about
magic,
the campaign
magic.
frames that I hadn't quite considered before? I know we've talked about it as a way to spice up your life, but it's a way that you can get a group of people who all speak the same language and then just change the genre. Rather than say having to do we want to play Blades in the Dark. But then we want the high fantasy D&D, and then you have to learn a whole new rule set.
Yeah.
We could hop from Motherboard into a high fantasy into a bug realm in the Fey lands, and all still have the same mechanics. I love it.
Yeah.
Print out
I
some
haven't watched it
cards.
yet. So this is just hearsay based on what I saw being discussed in our Discord. But last night was the, session 0 build for Age of Umbra that Critical Role is doing. And the question that came up was how deadly do you want this to be? And I love even establishing that precedent. Exactly. So that way we're all on the same page going into it of DM, come for me. You're not gonna kill me. Try, please. Deadly. I want it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I love that. I love, and there was another point I had that also has now flown out of my head. So it'll come back.
That's okay.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
So we're going to play Motherboard? Is it Motherboard? Mothership?
Motherboard.
Mothership is a game, but a different game.
Right.
Yes.
That's right. We looked at Mothership.
Yeah.
Fred K.
You might be able to play Mothership in Motherboard.
We have so many friends in here. This is wild. I love this. I love how many people are interested. I saw way earlier in the chat because I'm curious like how this is doing, right? I think it was Donovan had said that their, friendly local game store had sold out of their copies already and had ordered more.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I love that. I love that. So get in here.
Maybe I'll
be
roll up
friends
to
with
my
us.
local store and support a small business.
I
would love that.
I want to go. I might go buy the core from a Charlotte friendly local game store. I want both. Porque no los dos?
Yeah.
One is like my collector set that sits on a shelf and is just looked at and then.
Oh yeah, don't even touch it. Don't look at it.
Yeah, I mean it's got those
You can look
gold gilded edges, of the cards. I don't want to I don't want my grubby little hands to ruin that. I want it to stay shiny.
Get Coney to just do the.
There we go. I know what the what I was going to bring up in one of our very first ever Daggerheart videos that we did at the very beginning of the beta. It may have even been the session 0 for our Guardians of the Moon Race mini campaign, where you guys played a Fungrel, a Clank, a Goblin, and a Fearbog. And if you're new here, we're pretty wacky and pretty weird, and we love that, right? And thankfully, we found this group, this community that also seems to love that. Somebody commented, doesn't anybody just make regular heroes anymore? And I think they were hearkening back. And this comment has sat with me. It didn't hurt my feelings, but it stuck with me because it's a valid question. I think, especially when we're used to like the elf ranger, and the half-orc fighter and all of that stuff. And one of my favorite things about Daggerheart is you could be either. Like you can go in and you can build a goblin and an elf and a human and, kind of play things that way. And that's okay. I'm not throwing any shame or shade.
Look.
We currently have 69 viewers. Nice. Or you could make a little Fungrel. You could make a little, whatever you want. I love that.
I've done the elf druid, right? I did it. I've been there. It just doesn't hit the same anymore, all right? You got to keep upping the ante.
Yeah, you're like
gotta keep
a
upping
psychopathic serial killer, right? Like you have to
more.
evolve.
Yeah, it's just not doing it for me anymore. I need to be a little mushroom who's a druid who can tap into my cilial fibers. I just need more.
Why would that be my... And here, case in point, to your point, Fitz, I'm playing a human ranger in a D&D campaign right now. Two things I have always said I have no interest in ever. But I felt like I had cycled through so many of the other ones. I was like, and guess what? I'm having the time of my life playing her. I am here to tell you it's fun because of who I'm playing with. The people at the table and the GM of that table, one Mr. Matthew Bivens, are who is making that fun. Right? It's adorable. But yeah, I'm with you, Fitz. I want to. I have made now 2 Fibbits, fairy ribbits, and Daggerheart, and I will keep making Fibbits because I love that mix
combo.
And I will not apologizing for making more Fungrels. I will be a tiny little round mushroom who rolls her way through life in many a campaign, and I will not apologize for it.
Actively angry at you if you don't make more Fungrels.
Thank you.
So yeah. Rangers are underrated. I love them. This is another hill that I used to die on, that I thought they were boring. And Saren, I am now agreeing with you. It's a ton of fun. I haven't played it. Interestingly enough, I haven't played a Daggerheart Ranger yet. And Sorcerer is like my home class in D&D. I have not played a Sorcerer. That's a lie. I played 1 and 1. The very first Daggerheart character I ever created in 1 1-shot was a Sorcerer, and I haven't gone back since. So it's time.
1.
Yeah, you definitely.
1-1-1-0-0.
I wonder what our original. I mean, speaking of Lavinia and the elf druid, I wonder what those characters would feel like.
Well, we did that for Beast Feast, didn't?
Oh, we did. So we already answered that question. I had forgotten. Wow. Oh no.
We've had a lot going on. We've had a lot on our plate.
I've had too much spice.
We've had a lot of so much fun.
What else?
Now, the one thing that you can't do necessarily with the void, that you can do it, AK, but no one else can do, is say you are homebrewing a new ancestry.
Okay.
Right. For example, for the next season of the Adventures of Bud and Herb, we're going to be using Daggerheart instead of D&D. Sorry, Watsy. And
Sorry, not sorry. You don't care.
well, just trying to be polite, man. I'm just trying to be polite. But there's no such thing as a deep gnome in their ancestries. Now you can go into the void and you could homebrew this, right?
In the character creator.
Oh yeah, like the card
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
But you can't. But you're not going to get artwork to represent your character in this card. That's like the only thing that you.
No, you can. You'll
you
be
can
able
upload-
to change artwork.
Yeah.
You can
You
upload
can
your
take-
own artwork,
Yes.
but you
Yes.
can't have their beautiful artwork. Like,
Unless you want to pay the
added.
artist. Yeah.
well,
Well,
I don't know, which I
their
would,
base
Well,
artwork.
we will,
yeah.
but other people won't. Sorry,
Yes.
continue.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think but will there be like a library of things within that you could choose from? Is that more or less what you're asking?
Right. So, but I mean, like, yeah. So there are gnomes
Right.
in Daggerheart, but there are deep gnomes.
Plus
I
one to
think.
this. Support local artists. We have some of those in our
Yes.
Discord as well.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
Go
we
get
do.
them. Give them
Go get
your
'em.
money and enjoy their hard work.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, you're kind of onto it. Like, if there was some component of like, you could build your own avatar with the existing artwork. I
Yeah.
mean, that's silly, but
Well, like a hero forge
it's
kind
a
of
minor,
thing.
very
No gnome.
nitpicky thing that I'm talking
I'm
about.
curious. I'm
Oh,
curious.
there's no
though.
gnome. That's right. I was gonna
No
say.
gnomes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just halflings. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Gnome is
Why are
for
you all
sure
passing
gonna
over
come
the
to the
gnomes?
void. They're not gonna not have gnomes.
Well,
Gots
here's
to.
what. Okay. Let's dream big here, friends.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Evan. I have to wonder if that will be available in future iterations where you can kind of custom character creator it. Love that. 2, let us build the gnome and also a deep gnome in the void and make it so that Darrington picks that up as an official in one of the future releases based on Bud and Bud's artwork. Pew.
There you go.
The first gnome of Daggerheart
Love
will come
it.
There you go.
from Evan Bivens.
Just make them deep.
Make it deep.
Make them deep.
Going
Yeah, if
deep, y'all.
the Daggerheart deep gnomes are based off of Bud, y'all watch out.
Y'all are scared in the best way.
Some chaos entering the party.
Must use
of
extensive
buds.
amounts of profanity.
That's right.
So we've been talking about this game for a full hour now. Obviously, you can tell that we're very excited about it. And we know that some of you watching are on the fence about the game. So we thought we might help you with this. We received a mystery package. I received a mystery package. I can only assume that this is. I don't know why. I don't know why we did. Anyway, we have an extra copy of Daggerheart, the standard edition. Still, big old chunky.
I already told you I'm
thing.
gonna go
Look
out
at
and
that
buy
beaut.
it because I need it.
Yeah, exactly. And we're working on the details, but we would like for y'all. We're gonna give it away. We're gonna give it away, and it's probably gonna be surrounding our Patreon. So to find out, to possibly get a free copy of this game, and so you can again read and then play yourself. There's a way to join our Patreon. You can pay us, or you can just be a member. So we're gonna be writing people with those details within the week, because we would really love for this to go to someone who would like it and can't
And you
maybe
get all
afford it,
kinds
or
of, you get access to so much cool stuff in our Patreon. Like what?
and
Okay.
yes.
Well,
what,
you
AK?
get to be the first to access any of the episodes of the podcast that we drop, like the award-winning The Adventures of Bud and Herb, and also ADHD 20. Patrons get it first. You get some behind-the-scenes cuts of some of the shenanigans we get up to as well,
Yes.
and other kind of bonus content. We also play monthly games and do have an ongoing campaign with one of our tiers of patrons. So if you've ever thought, I need some people to play with,
Yeah.
Yep.
we want to play with you.
Cool
That's
people.
us. That's
people
literally us,
who
yes.
are fun, and not just us, like the folks who are at the table of these
Professionals.
games are
Yeah, the community
Yes.
is where it's at.
is
Yup.
that's
Yeah.
that's why that's the ticket.
Y'all make us laugh so hard with some of the shenanigans that we get into. I am this month, May's Games. It is, knock on wood, one of the last times I'll ever run 5e. So we are doing a fantastic game from I'm saying it. I'm saying it
Ice
out loud.
cold.
I'm running a fantastic module from GUI Cube, who again we love. And so that's been we do it in our Discord, so anybody can come in and kind of float in and out and watch. So we had one session already. We'll have one more session at the end of the month, and then we're going to start talking about the Daggerheart games that we're going to play.
Yes.
And I'm also seeing like our good friend Will Foy, if he's still in the chat, wants to run a little Candela Obscura. I know we've got some interest in Dungeon Crawl Classics. Like our goal is to just play games with cool people. Paul, Digital Twisted, thank y'all for the pocket change and the gifted memberships.
I know.
We love y'all.
Also, Donovan, I reject that statement. You are cool. Everybody who's here is cool.
I know.
Everybody's here.
Yeah, we love.
We do not hang out with uncool peeps.
That's exactly right.
We accept no negative self-talk in this dimension.
Look at the least weird. You're well-spoken, rational, and we're doing this. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you so much, Paul. But I will also push back on. We are weird. We must be weird. We pride ourselves on being weird.
Yeah.
Everything must be 10% weirder. That is the threshold.
Yeah, if you don't think we're weird, go listen to The Adventures of Bud and Herb. Season 1 out now. Treat yourself and your ear holes to that.
Bud and Herb might also have some fun stuff coming up for our patrons. So you'll need to join our Patreon because we got some cool shit. You could win a game of a core set of Daggerheart. We got some ADHD 20 drops. We got some Bud and Herb stuff, maybe.
I do want to clarify though. Yeah, yes, join, because that's what the paying patron. We don't like to draw. We love everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we do a giveaway, it will be for anybody signed up at any level, including the free tier.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah, we see you free tier people, and we love you. We give you stuff too. Don't worry. It's not like you're not going to just get a bunch of emails where everything's grayed out and there's a bunch of locks on it. You'll get stuff.
we do.
I hate those. I hate those emails. I'm like, I just wanted your newsletter. Stop.
Don't write me.
Yeah.
Anyways, we don't do that to you.
We basically use Patreon as our mailing list because nobody's reading emails anyways. So you can sign up for the free tier and then you can just hear about the things we're doing and then you decide if you want more or that's exactly enough. Yes, for normies. That's us, the pocket dimension.
That's it.
AK, I believe you have places to be. Asses to work.
Yeah, I gotta get in the car and drive for my Memorial Day weekend fun. I'm heading down to the ATL.
Those who celebrate Memorial Day, please have a fun one if you are going out and about.
If you celebrate.
If you celebrate anything. We're celebrating each other and y'all and this amazing game. Oh, Evan says no. And this amazing game. I know what I'm going to be reading in my hammock this weekend. It's called Daggerheart. And
cool.
Nice.
But before that, White Fox and I are going to be talking about serifs, which will happen. A video happen next week as well.
Nice.
I want you guys to land on the perfect replacement name for serif by the end of your
we will.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. We won't fail you.
Okay.
It's going to be.
I can't wait for that video.
You guys are going to think
constructive criticism, but
I think
hopefully
maybe jump into White Fox and Matt's DMs and offer up your solutions. Whatever you think a serif should be changed to.
Oh man!
See, we're real people with real opinions. We are not here just to
That's
love
right.
everything.
And to close us out, unless anybody has anything else, I think Disastrous Goth has come up with the best closing tag for us. I will see you all in your wildest nightmares. That is not a threat, just a fact. Until next week, everybody.